The Tekken series is steeped in legacy. From the mechanical skills and knowledge needed to compete at the highest levels, to its iconic music and characters, to inside jokes spanning 3 decades and an ongoing story dating back just as far. Each new
What was the soundtrack you used for the Nintendo sad music?
How do you honor that legacy without being chained down by it?
We haven't done
That's
that in
the
a
question Tekken 8 thoughtfully considers, and the answer it comes up with is a simple yet profound one. You accept what's come before, but you don't let it stop you from moving forward. Whether it be a literal dash forward using the powerful new heat system, impressive training tools, or the
Who's your main in
compelling story of a
Tekken?
man trying to break generational
Steve
shackles
Fox.
to create a brighter future, Tekken 8 is always honoring its past while striving to improve.
By the way, Tekken, any hardcore Tekken fans in the chat, is Steve Fox considered an easy character to play? Because when I replied to, there was an image I replied to. No, he isn't. No, he's just boring. I like that he throws hands. It's all a matter of perspective. Let me see. Where was it at? It was this image right here. This is supposed to be like a starting guide for Jin. And like I replied, like it looks hard to like memorize all this shit. And then somebody replied to me and he was like, but you play Steve, nigga. I'm like, what that's supposed to mean? So like, was he just saying that like, you don't have to worry about this? First of all, I can play whoever I want to play. I can play multiple characters. But second, I was just like, is Steve considered like an easy character to play? Like, I thought it was a little bit harder just because he only throws hands, so you gotta get creative. Yo, shout out to A-Man Talk with the sub. Appreciate it.
Present, and most of all, it's just some really good ass Tekken.
I felt insulted. You saw Mortal Kombat 1 is not even in the top 8 games of Combo Breaker 2024. Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6 are in the top 8 though. This is very telling state of Mortal Kombat 1. It sucks. It sucks, bruh. It sucks. Y'all more busy. You know the game is boring when niggas is modding dicks onto the players, bruh. Shit's boring. There's no content.
Round 1. Fight.
They say if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and Bandai Namco smartly hasn't tried to change the parts of Tekken's combat mechanics that were already great. Movement, spacing, block punishing, and whiff punishing all remain as vital as ever, but 2 significant additions also twist these mechanics in exciting new ways: recoverable health and the heat system.
Recoverable health?
For the first time in Tekken history, other than the non-canonical Tekken Tag Tournament games, recoverable health plays a major part in matches. Blocking big attacks and taking chip damage, absorbing them with a power crush, or being hit after getting knocked airborne will do partial gray damage.
I'm mad at the Omni-Man clip. We all are. We all are. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
The only way to get this health back is by throwing out your own attacks, as you won't.
I think that's my problem that I gotta really get in the lab when I play Tekken. I get impatient. Cause like you play against a good player, they know what you're trying to do. You're looking for that move that initiates the juggle. So a lot of times it's hard to pull off. And then when you finally get it, like sometimes I don't be ready. But I like what he did right there where like he did the juggle and then he just dashed forward, dashed forward and jabbed like 4 times in a row and then hit a finisher like on the 5th hit. Like I got to do more of that to build like basic combos. But it's just like everybody knows what you're looking for. It's hard to pull off.
Recover it all by just standing still and blocking. You have to go on the offensive to reclaim your life. And this made me adapt my mindset in a wonderful way. It's also a huge shift, as Tekken has always been a defensive game. It's not uncommon to watch high-level Tekken matches of the past and see 2 characters appear to almost glitch across the screen as they continuously cancel their sidesteps and dashes.
Thankfully, Tekken 8 will actually teach you how to play the game. Hey.
A lot of that hasn't gone away.
I hope it has like some combo trials for each character.
Damage gave me the constant pressure to go on offense while I still had health that could be recovered. It never made me feel like I was out of the fight while being juggled across the stage.
Ooh, that was okay.
This new offensive mindset perfectly.
This dude look like he know how to play a little bit.
To enter heat, whether it be through landing stable moves from a character's move list.
What up, Samurai?
Simply pressing a button.
Is that a Dante skin?
And you start with a full bar of heat every round. So there's no reason.
My King main? Nah, but I'm thinking about trying him. I play Steve.
Facet. You do increased chip damage while.
And I want to play the Coffee Girl too.
You unlock new moves or properties for each character, and you can use the rest of the meter for a powerful combo extender or finisher. Do you press your advantage when you have your enemy on the ropes, or do you wait for an opportunity to recover health? Do you add a little bit of damage onto a combo now, or maintain stronger pressure after a knockdown later? Since you regain all of your heat after every round, these are questions you get to answer every round.
You can watch replays of your losses, and the game will tell you what you did wrong and how to counter specific characters.
One aspect of these
That's
changes
cool.
I could see eventually getting frustrating is how it gives even more offensive pressure to characters who thrive on it, like Hwoarang and the various members of the Mishima family. It's scary enough to try and keep blocking when it seems like it's been your opponent's turn to attack forever, so adding in chip damage and extra tools for characters with overwhelming offense is even more to deal with. But since these tools are universal, you always have
Are you
going
gonna
to
play against us?
hide
I
yourself.
always host lobbies.
Heat makes execution for a lot of moves easier, such as the Mishima's electric attacks no
There's
longer
no beating me, ain't no accomplishment. I ain't good at this game.
Heat is both a powerful offensive tool and a great equalizer. On top of Heat naturally smoothing out the beginner's on-ramp a bit, Tekken 8 also has some of the best training tools I've ever seen in a fighting game. The new arcade quest mode is a great way to slowly ramp up the difficulty of CPU opponents, and the training mode is incredibly full-featured, with combo challenges, save
Xbox
states,
360
so you can
as
handle specific
avatars.
situations like wall breaks easily. Punishment training,
Yeah, like I hope it has specific training tools to teach you what are the best like strings for like air juggles. That's the main thing. And like I understand the footsies and the movement in this game. It's just like the creativity of trying to figure out what moves string together the best.
moves you can pin to the screen while practicing them, and
You can pin moves in this, but not Mortal Kombat. The fighting game that invented pinning moves to the screen didn't have it, but your competitor does. Don't worry though, they got big ass dicks on the Omni-Man though in Mortal Kombat.
handy notes and icons that tell you the specific properties of each attack. But the crown jewel is the integrated replay system. You can watch your own replays back, or even those of other players you find online, and take control of the characters at any time, as long as they were played by a human. This means as soon as you run into a troublesome situation in a match, you can immediately hop into your replays, watch back what you did, and then try a dozen different ways to find something better. It's a phenomenal addition, and one I'll be using constantly as I strive to improve.
See, that's fire. Like you get your shit washed in a ranked match, bro. I'm going to the replay. What did I do wrong? That's actually fucking fire. I'm actually curious to see how this works. Like it sounds cool in the description, but I'm actually curious to see if this is actually useful. If so, this is like a game-changing feature.
To simplify things even further, there's also a control mode called Special Style that binds important moves to a single button press. You can even bind this Special Style toggle to a button that you can press mid-match if you're getting overwhelmed and just want to do something
Like a
cool and
play-by-play.
productive.
Yeah, it's like you have your own personal coach. That's
Even when
cool.
playing online, so both players will know when someone activates it. However, Special Style isn't useful in any way that's viable competitively. Unlike Street Fighter VI's comparatively paltry moveset being downsized with its modern controls mode, Tekken characters have dozens if not hundreds of moves.
If people
and you
complain they can't
realistically
improve at the
map a
game, they're
majority
just
of those
bad.
with 4 buttons.
That tool, if it's actually useful, that's a game changer. That's what I be talking about when I say like, yo, motherfuckers gotta innovate. That's innovative. Because it's useful for new players, but it's also useful for pro players. It's useful for everybody. That's one of those things that's like, wait, you can watch batch the match and the AI will explain to you what you did wrong. That's a labor of love. That's a lot of fucking effort. Which is like, if this shit is like really useful, because I got to see how it actually works. If it's really useful, yeah, not just frame data. That's one of those things like, yo, you got to show love to the developers.
And alter some of them by pressing.
I was on
the
the
right
fence,
as
but that
well.
feature's selling me.
Special Style is mainly meant for beginners and those who want a quick taste of what a character can do, which it does provide nicely.
That's kind of getting me excited about the game.
Joining the roster's returning mainstays are
Shulk!
Street Fighters new to the Tekken series. Victor, the French UN agent voiced by actor Vincent Cassel, Azucena, the energetic coffee entrepreneur, and the enigmatic Reina.
You can't tell me dude ain't
Really
Shulk.
flashy attacks that look cool as soon as you pick them up. And his vanishing...
I feel like a lot of people are going to play the French dude.
Options that are, thankfully, able to be punished if abused too often.
Side note, cat hunting shots and costing the T-Wolves the game last night immediately reminded me of your stream. Laugh my ass off. I told you. People are like, oh, the Timberwolves are winning. Yeah, because of Anthony Edwards. It has nothing to do. Cat is the third option on the team, okay? The nigga's like 7'2", shooting three-pointers, which you can do to spread the floor a little bit to keep the defense honest. But if you are 7 foot, get your big ass in the motherfucking paint, bruh, and just throw the ball up. Look what Joel Embiid did to, which by the way is fucking embarrassing. Look what he did to Wemby. 70 points on that head, and most of it came from mid-range, inside the paint shots, bruh. Yeah, he can hit the three, but get your big ass down there, bruh.
Nice addition to the lore as well. Framing him
that motherfucker put 70 points on his head. That shit's embarrassing to read.
Mainstays. As Usina, as befitting of our occupation.
Wembanyama, if you did not watch that shit, go watch the highlights. Wembanyama got his welcome to the NBA package last night.
Both their personality and moveset are always.
Yo, chill on my Spurs.
And then
I think he's still going to be a good player. It happens to everybody.
Due to her taunting nature and
Joel shot 2 threes all game. Thank you. Work that ass in the paint.
I'm excited to learn ways around her pressure than I am frustrated to face her. The third and most intriguing new character is
he was looking like the MVP last night.
Between Tekken 7 and 8 in both gameplay and story. Seemingly appearing from nowhere, she shares many moves with the recently deceased Heihachi, the patriarch of the Mishima family, who was killed by Kazuya.
The patriarchy!
7. And she's my favorite addition to the roster.
Chill on Big Purr.
She's aggressive, flashy, and has some simple tools that will be very hard to master.
Did you just refer to Karl Anthony Towns, aka Cat, as Big Purr? Mods, ban this man, bro. I tell you what. What the fuck? No, we're not calling that nigga Big Purr. That's crazy.
Continuing an extremely welcome trend of recent fighting games, Tekken 8 has enough single-player content to keep you busy for dozens of hours without ever touching multiplayer. The cinematic story mode, subtitled The Dark Awakens, is a roughly 3 to 4 hour mix of cutscenes and story battles. And while I don't want to give away many details, there are a few surprises that should delight longtime Tekken fans, including.
That's cool. Only a 4-hour story. It don't take too long to beat. You could probably beat it in one sitting. So thank you for that laugh.
Characters. It seems like a good way to showcase special style too, as story weaves in and out of fights and in-game slow motion is used to punctuate big moves. I actually found using it more enjoyable than the regular controls for most of the story, since I wasn't browsing a move list every time I played as a new character.
I could see that.
Plenty of time to dig deep and try hard in all the other modes, so I was just glad to be able to have fun quickly for this campaign.
Fight!
As far as the actual story goes, I mostly enjoyed my time with it. There are some very capital A anime moments, and not everyone gets a chance to shine. But Bandai Namco gives attention to important character arcs that span several games, and there are clear fan service moments that land successfully.
Did you know there are Tekken live action movies, by the way? I didn't know this until like the other day. It was a video that hit my YouTube algorithm. It was like a video essay, and he was talking about the failures of all the Tekken movies. There's like 3. I was like, when the fuck did these come out? They look horrible, by the way.
It's simple enough to understand as a newcomer too, as the relationships and stakes are laid out pretty clearly from the jump, and the gallery
mode. You can watch them on YouTube. That's how you know they ass.
One of the only negatives presentation-wise is that the real-time action looks so good that the transitions into pre-rendered cutscenes can sometimes be jarring, especially with some slightly smeary effects and different color grading sometimes layered on top of them. In a return to Tekken tradition, there are also character endings for the entire roster that unlock by playing through a quick series of 5 battles. These are mostly played for goofs, and they do vary in quality, but there are a few that had me legitimately laughing out loud. I won't spoil any, but make sure you play through Kazuya and Dragunov's endings in particular for some fun moments. New to the series in Tekken 8 are 2 modes, Arcade Quest and Super Ghost Battle. Arcade Quest is actually my favorite of the single-player options, Mimicking a crawl through various arcades, your customizable avatar moves through different opponents while slowly learning Tekken 8's mechanics. You can spend as much time as you want in each location,
an Assassin's Creed skin?
all of whom sport different playstyles to test your mettle against. There's a passable story that preaches the importance of having fun in a stressful genre, but it really works as a lengthy tutorial for those who may be a bit hesitant to immediately jump online. Arcade Quest gives you a ton of encouragement as you go.
Killmonger or die trying.
Intimidated by Tekken's high difficulty, a reason to stick around without meeting some of the vitriol you'd see with real-life bad actors. Super Ghost Battle is a mode in which you can challenge a CPU that's built from learning actual information about players. You can train your own ghost by fighting against it in order to learn your own tendencies, or in other modes,
this game got AI.
Download and play against ghosts from other players. It's a great way to check yourself as you continue to grow into a given character, and also a fun way to take on other real-life people without having to actually schedule playtime. I've already had friends tell me that they beat up my ghost in a nice bit of catharsis.
Oh yeah, that is like a nice, yeah, fighting ghosts. I guess if you don't want to hop on rank, but you still want to, because the problem with, like, I did have with like Street Fighter is, like, I got good enough to where I was able to play on the highest difficulty and I was able to consistently beat them. But even still at like a level 8 Street Fighter AI, there were still predictable tendencies, and that's why I was able to beat them versus like a human. I think that's the ghost feature actually might be really cool. So it simulates real online combat a little bit better probably when you practice versus an AI.
After I won a set against them online. The last single-player mode of note is the Jukebox. It lets you replace the music for any stage or menu as you see fit, including the track they switched to in the final round. And it even includes some of the menu music and classic tracks from Tekken's past.
You can run sets against pro player ghosts. That's fire.
Shuffle the soundtracks of Tekken's 1 through 8, Tekken Tag Tournament 1 and 2, and even Tekken Revolution. It's an embarrassment of riches for longtime fans of the series like me.
Look at that. Look at that, chat. All types of content. If you're a fan of the music, content.
Honor its legacy. Plus, now I can listen to the awesome Tekken 3 character select music anytime I want. And I want. Please, put this in every fighting game.
That's what I be talking about. The little things. The little things. They matter.
The beauty of any modern fighting game is how well it plays online. And I'm happy to say that it's here, Tekken 8 trumps Tekken 7 in every way.
No extra charges, crazy.
Based on the limited online time I've had pre-launch, netcode seems much improved. And every match I've played against someone in the US, even thousands of miles away, has felt great. I also tried my hand against players in South Korea and Europe, and while the quality wasn't ideal, the matches were definitely playable, albeit with some jittery artifacts. There are several rollback settings to change the feel of your inputs as well, though I preferred the default. Regardless, it's great that the option is there if you want it, and Tekken 8 includes crossplay as well.
I would take this with a grain of salt, and here's why. He's playing an early version of the game. The only people he's playing against on the servers are other reviewers. The server is populated with nothing but reviewers and content creators, so it's a very limited number of people on the servers, so it's more inclined to run better. The real test is when the game drops. So I would take him saying the online is fire with a grain of salt. Because you don't actually know until the servers get hit really hard.
Also, in an extremely welcome change from Tekken's past, online rematches are now considerably faster.
Yeah, once the Wi-Fi warriors get on.
For another load, it will put you right back in the action as soon as you confirm a rematch. It's a great update, and one of those things that makes you forget how long it actually used to take once you get used to it. As far as online modes go, the big focus here is the Tekken Fight Lounge, a battle hub where you can run around with your custom avatar to meet and inspect other players, throw down some emotes, and access all the online options, including ranked matches, quick matches, custom rooms, and the welcome return of Tekken.
You're not getting my points dashboard.
It's easy to navigate as you can pop open the menu to quickly hop from room to room, but it's also just a cool looking space to run around in its own right. And if it's not for you, you can just as easily find all the online modes from the main menu. Unfortunately, one bizarre omission while in custom rooms is that you can't spectate matches or go to the practice mode. You can spectate anyone just fine from the Fight Lounge, but if you're in a room with friends, as of now, there's no way to watch each other's matches. Tekken 8 gets so much right about the online experience that this is a weird thing to not have available. Hopefully it gets added in a post-launch patch.
Boo! Hold on, I didn't fully. You can't watch your friends' matches? Can you at least be in the lobby together? What the fuck this nigga say?
Menu. Unfortunately, one bizarre omission while in custom rooms is that you can't spectate matches or go to the practice mode. You can spectate anyone.
That means we can't run an online tournament.
Just fine from the fight lounge, but if you're in a room with friends, as of now, there's no way to watch each other's matches.
Nigga! You had it. You fucking had it, man. You had it. We can't do a tournament. You can only do in-person tournaments until they patch this shit. Because I can't spectate the game. So you'll have to put that in the Discord. That's a giant L. Like, come on, bruh. That's a point off automatically. Yeah, this shit can't be a 10 for me. What you mean you can't spectate the matches in a fighting game? It's a 9 at the highest now. That's a major point. And I like how he waited till 13 minutes into the fucking review to say that shit. That's a major, like, miss.
Tekken 8 gets so much right about the online experience that this is a weird thing to not have available. Hopefully it gets added in a post-launch patch.
Yeah, we gotta demand that. We gotta tweet at Bandai.
Tekken 8 is an amazing new entry in the long.
Yeah, everyone gonna have to stream the game. I'm not doing all that.
With classic fighting systems, a full suite of fun offline modes, great new characters, and
matter of fact, fuck a tournament, fuck a community tournament, right? What if you just want to play with your friends? Nigga, I don't want to stare at a menu while we're in a lobby. I want to see you guys play so then we can shoot the shit, bruh. You're just gonna be staring at the menu while your friends play and you hear them in the background talking in the group chat. Oh, good game, good one, man. That was a crazy combo. Wish I could have saw the combo. That's why Tekken tournament matches are always offline.
Improved online experience
Just on a basic level. Jeez Louise.
Many years to come. There are a few small hiccups here and there, such as the lack of spectating in custom rooms, but I'm having trouble thinking of how Bandai Namco.
Yeah, Street Fighter 6 is unfortunately still superior to me.
By honoring its
better than Mortal Kombat.
Continuing to move forward, Tekken 8 manages to stand out as something special. For more on Tekken 8, make sure to check back with us for some post-launch videos.
Man, that blew the high, man. I was like, damn, this shit sounded fire. Boom. If you don't care about that type of stuff, like the private lobbies, it's not a big deal if you just play online. But like for me, trying to do community-driven shit, we can't do a tournament now because there's no way to spectate matches. That's fucking sucks. Let's see what the Infinite Wealth review is talking about. Man, I don't care about that game. Do that shit on a JG stream. I'm not playing that game, and y'all know I'm not. It's 12 million different Yakuza games. I believe it's good, but fucking, I'm already too far behind. I'm not playing it.